Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab where I'm doing what I do. I got something nice for you today. Let's get this party started. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. I put a message in the story for life. These I give life lessons. You tune in receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinkers mission, and yeah, that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life, and that's what it is for me. Through mental and spiritual discipline daily for me will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. The lessons and the information I give you on a daily basis to do just that. If you're a right thinker, your goal should be to know thyself. That's what I got. That's what I do for you. Let's get this party started. And I ask the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical. But if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in to me. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. Today we talking about, you ready for this? The way to immortality. Do you know the way? I do. So when I get done, hopefully you will too. Excuse me, if you pay attention and get the concept that I'm trying to get to you. First of all, let's start out with this is the concept about God. In chapter 17, in the utterance 5 and 6 and 14 to 17, you the initiate. Remember, I'm initiating you to the right thinking. So you the initiate and right thinkers, you realize, watch this, that he or she is not an individual human personality. No. But you are the universal primordial spirit, Tamu. TMU, they spelled it. And watch this. This Tamu, which created what? Creation in the beginning. Everybody got a beginning. Now, you to initiate further, you need to realize what? That he or she is what? The only one. Watch this. Who exists? The initiate, you right thinker, has reached what? A state of consciousness where you pass who? Asar, that's the underworld. Then you got present initiate, and you're dealing with the future. That's Ra. And all of this you do to what? Meet in one absolute reality. You ready for this? Haru. That's you. That's when you become anointed with what? Knowledge of self. You know that self. My goal is to get you there. So this is what I'm teaching you, giving you philosophy and giving you lessons that you can emulate, practice, and manifest for yourself. That's my goal. Watch this. He states, I am Tamu. It's really Kepri in the morning, rising up. I am what? The only one. I come into existence where? From the new. Remember that? The abyss, the watery abyss. And guess what? I am Ra in his rising in the beginning of what? Time. Remember, Ra came out when he said what? Let there be Ra, light. Okay? I am. See, he's hearing that. I am what? Yesterday, today, and I know what? Tomorrow. Well, well, well. Who then am I? Where we at? Now, yesterday is Asar. Now, tomorrow is Ra. And on the day of destruction of what? His enemies, and the appointment to what? Of his son, Harut. That's the spirit that's in me and you. That's the concept. Watch this. He's the Son of God. Man is the Son of God. All of us in the flesh, not just one. Moving on. For those who have succeeded, right? Think of this is for you. Pay attention. This is yours. Who have succeeded in what? Achieving what? That state of cosmic consciousness to become aware, know thyself, and the state of what? Oneness. Again, the heart mind coherence, which what? Lies beyond what? The experience of thus described. Now let's talk about immortality and the concept. Above, it just showed you in a phrase of what? Resurrection, the eye that I wear of Harut at the top of the pyramid. You see this sometimes too. Okay, get the glare out of there. You see it right there. That's the eye atop the pyramid. But you see on the dollar bill, they took the eye up and raised it up. Okay, symbolically, again, another esoteric and symbolic purpose for that, but that ain't the lesson right now. I got something for that too. All right, but watch this. But that's what they show you about the pyramid. Okay, I got the eye in the pyramid. That's what's in there. Yeah. Okay, understand it. So watch this. Now Harut represents the eye of Harut at the top of the pyramid, where what he was there we go, symbolically resurrected. The capestone, Masons know about that? They got that wrong. The capestone, you got the cornerstone. They got it mixed up. The capestone at the top, cornerstone is the beginning. So understand that. The chief capestone, what they call the chief cornerstone, they get a little confused, but I understand. But watch this. Now the capestone is what? At the top of the pyramid. It represents what? The eye, which has reached what? Full power, aka enlightenment. I'm trying to enlighten all right thinkers with the power of what? Knowledge of self. So the pyramid form has many, again, symbolic meanings. In this symbolic format, here you go, it speaks of the meditation practitioner who is an unenlightened individual is considered as a what? Mortal. If you're ignorant of your higher self, you're mortal. That's all. You're human. When the practitioner is what? Is successful. However, here we go. He or she now is able to what? Leave the house of fire, what they call the pyramid, the house of fire. Okay, the ancient times, the name of the pyramids, again, form and what? In this context, now the human body is what? The house of fire. Okay, in which what? The elixir of life is what? Sexual energy. The Christos, the cerebral spinal fluid is churned where? And supplemented so that what? The meditator, there you go, can now develop in what? An expanded consciousness to what? Obtain freedom, aka immortality. Ding, ding, ding. That's the goal. You see the next session. I'm going to go back and break that down for you in 1 minute. But the secret of the philosopher's stone is the pyramid form is known to what? Harness cosmic energy. If you, a practitioner, meditates inside a pyramid back in the day, or with his or her body in the pyramid position of the pyramid, would sit with the crossed legs, okay, with arms outstretched and knees in lotus position. That's called lotus position. You see the guys always sit, legs crossed. Okay, they building themselves to be a pyramid. Okay, watch this. That's the pose, the lotus pose. It is said what? That he or she is now able to harness what? Life force energy. The eye and the triangle, watch this, were later used where? In Christian iconograph to what? To again symbolize the all-seeing eye and what? The Trinity that they labeled the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. We ain't going there. I'm letting them have that one. I'm moving on. Try to get to my lesson. Now, every part of your body is what? Divine. Did you know that? I am yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I am all things. Behold, I am the heir of all eternity. Watch this. To me has been what? Given everlastingness. I am the heir. I am the exalted one. the mighty one, still in of heart. God is what? I, and I am he. Bam. Ain't that what Christ said? My Father and I are one. Now, and he wasn't the first. You're hearing it now. Thousands of years before Jesus come along. Watch this. Watch. This is even before Moses. Watch this. I am what? That I am. Popeye been saying that for years. But yeah, Moses wasn't the first one to get that message from God. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Moving on. I can come or go where? Between this world and even the next. What? As I please. Why? And in any form that I choose. You're a bad man. I am what? The great God who came into what? Existence and made all things to exist. So I am what? The only one. Everything's come from the one. Understand that. Wrapping it up for you. Thus, watch this. When the ultimate intuitive discovery dawns on us, what happens? We realize that each one of us is what? Is one with all things. That each one of us is what? Is the all that exists. The spirit that's from the all is in all of us. All in me, that wants to all in you, all that good stuff. What's this? But now it's the air. Wait a minute, where you at? I am the mighty one, and then the ultimate, the all exists in each one of us. Each what? Even in the tree, each star is what? One being. We all in God's dream, so everything here is of God. Watch this. Us. We are what? The supreme monarchs of what? Creation. All the stories about the sages, gods, and the philosophies speak about what? None other than us in what? All our glory. We have now arrived at the what? The exalted state of what? Consciousness. We become one with the all conscious and while alive. You got to do it when? While alive. That's the kicker. Wherein time and space, watch this, and then after death of the body will die. What happens? We can now explore the vast regions of what? Of our unconscious, wherein time and space and thought are what? Manifested according to our will. This is the astral afterlife to be experienced when in the eternal realm of light, the philosophy which predates even the pyramid text. You see the realm of light. I got that book, but I'm gonna stop right there and go back to the lesson because that's the whole part. We want to reach that point of what? Immortality, about what? Gaining knowledge and understanding of self. So let's talk about the way to immortality. To know God, you have to strive to grow, in satire. What? Beyond all measure, being your best self. Conceive that there is nothing beyond thy capability. Who is that? God. So nothing is beyond God's capability. We're trying to break it down, for you. Know thyself. People can read stuff and swear they know what it is and don't have a clue. I'm just trying to help you out. That's what the pastors do. I understand that too. I'm not going to sit here and break a phrase down for an hour and give you a lesson about a phrase. No, I got pages of information I try to get to you. That's the difference in teaching and preaching. Moving on. I have a problem with the preacher. I just not one. Okay? Where we at? Know thyself is what? To be deathless, okay, and able to know what? All things, all the arts, I gave that lesson before, all the sciences and the way of what? Every life, nature included. You become higher than what? The highest height. When the falcon flies, when the weather get bad like it is right now raining, all birds go for cover. The falcon, which you are in spirit, your spirit, will fly above the situation. So they say the only bird that will mess with a falcon or eagle is the blackbird. Arrogant. And all the falcon or the eagle will do when he jump on their back, won't fight back, won't do nothing. He just ascend, spread his wings and go higher and go higher. And eventually the blackbird can't stand the atmosphere up there. He falls off. So when you're dealing with ignorant people, ascend with intellect, ascend with respect and understanding, and they'll just fall off. You ain't got to get in the mud with them. My pastor told me, if you can't wallow in the mud with the pig and claim not to be a pig, I learned that lesson, so I'm better at that. So you reach your highest height, and then you get lower than the lowest of depth. That means you can get deep within yourself, and you amass what in thyself, what all senses. That's the physical body of what animals, fire, water, all the elements, dryness, and what moistness. Dryness is the air that we breathe that shoot. Moist is a tough note. That's the elements of life, of nature. Think of what? Thyself, how? In all places, at what? Same time. God is all present, omnipresent. You got to think and feel and understand it. You are one with that concept. That becomes you. You become that. Okay? And at the same time, you are earth, sea, sky, and you are not yet born in the womb. You're young, you're old, you're dead, and in the afterlife, the death state. You are present in every aspect of your life with the spirit that's involved, that's inside you. And watch this. Indeed, watch this. If you seek God, you seek the beautiful. One is the path that leads unto God. What? Devotion. Watch this. Joint with, you ready? Gnosis. Gnosis means to know. When you have devotion to God because you know God, that's what you need. That's how you get to immortality. Why? Because you're going to do the things you need to do to make that happen at that point with knowledge and understanding. That's why. For all the ill, excuse me, for the ill of ignorance, watch this, do pour over all the earth. We got a bunch of that going on. That means it's everywhere. And overwhelming what? The soul. That's what? Battened down within what? The body is held captive. It don't have a choice. And preventing it from what? Finding salvation. The soul is in the body. If the body don't become conscious, the soul just got to go on to another body and just ride it out until they get what? Enlightened. That's the concept. Okay. God, what? He shed light on they who what? Shake the clouds of what? Ignorance and error from their soul. That means you're starting to get better. You're starting to improve yourself. Hence self-improvement. And what happens? Sight the brilliancy of what? Truth. You're starting to recognize truth and mingling themselves with who? All your senses of what? Divine intelligence. Study, learn, manifest for yourself the things that you need to do that you're instructed on by what? A spiritual preceptor or a sage. And watch this. Through love. Remember, love is here. Through love of which they win what? Their freedom from that part over which what? With death rules. Ignorance. Again, knowledge. Darkness takes you back to ignorance, darkness. And watch this. Has the seed of what? The assurance of what? Future deathlessness implanted in them. You don't fear death of the physical body. Watch this. This then is what? How the good will differ from the bad. The enlightened from the ignorant. Same thing. Black and white. Same thing. There's a difference. That's the point. Okay. You do this, you get that. You do that, you get this. It's called karma. Okay. Equal and opposite action, duality. Watch this. So where we at now? The path, here we go, of immortality is hard. Why? And only a few find it. Why? That road is arduous. That road ain't easy. And the rest, right here, those who don't find it, the rest, what? They await the great day when what? The wheels of the universe shall be stopped, and the immortal sparks shall escape from the sheath of substance. They waiting for something. They waiting for a Messiah. They waiting for somebody to come save them. Ain't happening. Become your own hero. I keep telling you that you got to do for you. And what happens? Woe unto those who what? Who wait. Okay? For they must what? Return again. That means you coming back. You didn't get enlightened. You waiting. It ain't coming. You got to go get it. And unconscious and what? Unknowing to what? The seed ground of stars and await what? A new beginning. You're going to be born again. You're going to get what they call a mulligan in golf, a do-over. in life, we've been doing this over and over thing. Why? Because unless you get enlightened, you can't go nowhere. You can't leave here without being enlightened. That's why. That's the concept. I'm trying to break it down for you the best I can. Let's go. I got a little more for you. I see the clock. All right, here we go. New beginning. Okay. Now, who has eaten? Here you go. When they say eaten, the knowledge of every God, that means study, profess, and manifest. Okay. So we're not physically eating no gods, just like on Communion Sunday. Y'all not physically eating and drinking Jesus, but it's symbolically. Okay. Get it? Everybody got rituals. This is another one. Watch this. He who have eaten the knowledge of every God, their existence is what? For all eternity and everlasting in what? In their spirit body. That's the astral body. That's the one that's underneath them. Okay? And what happened? With they who willeth do it whatever they please. When you reach that next level, you reach the place of euphoria where life and bliss, you are Hotep. You reach supreme peace. That's immortality. Okay, that's where we want to go. Now, if then thou learn what? That thou art thyself of life and light, and that thou only happen to be out of them, thou shalt what? Return again to life. If you don't get waking up, you'll be back. And if you do, you won't be back. That's the thing. That's the idea. Watch this. Unless thou first shalt hate the body, thou canst not love thyself. You can't serve two masters. But if thou love thyself, thou shalt have what? Intellect, self-knowledge. And having intellect, thou shalt share in what? You ready? Gnosis. That means knowing. Gnosis is what? Will lead to what? Love. And love to what? Salvation. Ending the nonsense and ignorance of self and gaining salvation through righteous and virtuous living. You don't have to go to church to do that. You don't have to follow religion to do that. I'm just saying. Moving on. I'm wrapping it up. Again, appreciate you tuning in. But the union of the word and the mind produces what? That mastery, which what? Which is called life. Learn deeply of what? The mind and its mystery. This is the best machinery known to man, and it don't come with a training manual. You have to learn as you go. Okay? And what's this? For therein lies the secret of what? Immortality. It's all up here. It's all mental. I ain't done yet. And first of all, anything that's built by humanity, man-made, for its glorification will what? Eventually fall. And only that which is built according to the great law of the cosmos will transcend time. The pyramids, they say man feared time. Time feared the pyramids. That's a bad man. And watch this. A soul, when from the body freed, it has what? How did it do? It had fought its fight, the fight of what? Piety. Why? To know God. If you ain't in here trying to know God, know thyself, you just Ouroboros spinning your wheels. And you have to live with piety to know God. And what? To do wrong to no one, such a soul what becomes entirely pure. I'm into pure. P-Funk stands for pure. I'm pure real. So this works right perfect for me. When you put in the work and do things, that's how you purify the heart, by doing right and living virtuous. That's all. Ain't no big deal. Wrapping it up. Whereas what? The impious, aka the ignorant soul, will what? Remain as it is, what? A slave to what? Its own passions, and is chastised through what? Death by its own hands. See? You commit your own problem. That's self-destruction of what? The ego self, ignorance. That's what they tell you. And that's the lesson. And you can't get to immortality being ignorant. So you have to become enlightened, know thyself. That's the lesson. Right, thinkers, in closing. May you all live to be 100 and me 100 minus a day. So I never know that right thinker like you passed away. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I enjoyed giving it to you.